So we got a new lieutenant coming in until this whole thing with Rodriguez clears?
There's nothing we can do about that. What you need to worry about is getting in shape for this fight.
Now, how long is the fight? 3 rounds?
Scheduled, yeah. But there's this thing called a knockout, which tends to end the fight a little sooner. You'll find out. You speed things up here a little, Slick.
Hey, I'm warming up. I'm warming up, man.
Laughlin's been at it a week already. I heard he hired a guy who used to train Hector Camacho back in East Harlem. Now, you know, next week, if you're not ready, if you haven't trained enough, it won't be too late to go to Laughlin and apologize and call off the fight. What, 30, 40 years from now, no one will remember what happened.
How's it going, boss?
It's all right, you know.
So when you report to the borough?
Tomorrow, they give you a day to go stir crazy.
Menu?
So what's up?
Are you sure there's no history between you and Fraker?
I'm sure.
Maybe something you forgot?
What is it, Andy?
Martin's from IAB. He says that 10 years ago, you fingered some cops who were riding shotgun for dope dealers.
Fingered cops? Like ratted them out?
He says Fraker was one of those cops, and that's what put him in IAB.
I never ratted on cops.
Well, did you ever investigate a cop?
Never. Never buddied up to a dirty cop, never wore a wire on a cop, never. I would never do that.
And where the hell is this coming from?
Once deep undercover, I got an overheard that cops were riding shotgun on dope runs for some guys that I was keeping an eye on. Now, these dealers were very violent, very volatile guys. And if things went sour, these cops could have been killed, and me too. So I reported it generally, along with 100 other things.
Okay.
But there's a difference between reporting general knowledge and fingering specific cops.
I know that.
I couldn't exclude what I'd heard. I couldn't just sit on it.
So Fraker got caught up in this overheard, and he traced it back to you.
And now it's my fault he's a miserable rat.
You gotta roll.
Andy, don't get into it. If this gets ugly, it'll take you down, too.
I'll be in touch.
We got an attempted armored car stick-up. Guards and perps traded shots. Guard for the armored car's DOA.
Witnesses?
Just these guys. The driver's down in the end, the other guard's right here. They were at each other's throats when we responded.
We'll take the guard.
Excuse me. You the guard?
Yeah. Gene Greaves.
What happened?
Me and Manny, we're leaving the hotel with our pickup.
But Manny's the DOA.
He's the other guard. He's watching my back. When this blue sedan pulls up, 3 guys get out. One of them's got a shotgun.
You pull your guns?
We're supposed to give it up. Me and Manny drop the bags, put our hands up. But that dickhead, who's supposed to be driving only, he gets out of the car and he starts throwing shots. And Manny's blood is on his hands. Yeah, you!
Calm down, calm down.
They just wanted the money. And this asshole turns it into the OK Corral. Shotgun. Right in Manny's face.
What's your name?
Mike Menendez. I reacted, okay? I was just trying to help him out. He's got no right to accuse me.
Slow down. Just tell us what happened.
They were getting robbed. I got out to defend him.
How many perps?
It's 3.
Did you get a good look?
Had on masks, ski masks, but they were white guys, I could tell that.
You hit any of them?
One for sure that I know of. High, like in the face or in the neck. He was bleeding. And I got a couple rounds in the car when they were driving off.
So the guard over there, his beef with you is that you got the bullets flying.
I'm an ex-Marine. I saw action in Desert Storm. I got instincts.
All right, stick around.
This robbery was amateur hour.
You get the hit from your guy this was an inside job?
You know whose neighborhood this is?
Julian's? I'll page him.
We'll get a canvas going.
And no word on when the boss is going to be coming back?
Just work the case. Let's see what happens.
Hey, John.
Good morning, Detective.
Hey, we're up. Female DOA found in a garbage truck over on Orchard Street.
That Rodriguez is the interim?
Yeah, Lieutenant Shanley.
What's his story?
He just wants to be kept up on major developments if the borough calls. Other than that, don't steal anything.
Great.
Communications just called on that armored car job you caught. They found an abandoned Lincoln 5 blocks from the scene. Shattered windshield, ski mask, blood on the passenger side. Crime scene's heading down to process.
Thanks. I'll canvass emergency room, see if they treated anybody with a gunshot wound.
I may need to take a little lost time this afternoon.
Everything all right?
Just looking into some things on Rodriguez.
You got a visitor here, Clark.
Looks like it.
I didn't want him getting lost.
You're a real team player there, Laughlin.
Tommy Hackett, who organizes smokers, he was giving me a hard time because it's not for grudge matches. So I told him, me and you, it's gonna be good fun, right?
Nothing but.
I mean, I'm looking forward to the fight, don't get me wrong.
I beat it, Laughlin.
I'm glad to see you.
Let's go, Julian. Sit. All right, so we need your help on this armored car thing.
Oh, we need. It's always we need with you guys. Maybe I have a situation here and I need a little help for once.
For once?
Make it quick.
Are you familiar with the Girls Gone Wild videos?
Yeah. I've seen it advertised.
Basically, this guy filmed these drunk chicks flashing their fun bags at Mardi Gras, and now he's this multi-millionaire. So me and my buddy Aldo, we put our heads together and boom, light bulb goes off. What about making videos like that for the ladies? So we go down to New Orleans to film guys flashing, and we were gonna call it Guys Gone Nuts.
Guys Gone Nuts.
Yeah.
And these guys are showing their units.
It's for the ladies.
What do you need, Julian?
Well, we're out on the street, no permits. Cops confiscated my gear, $5 grand in video equipment, 20 hours worth of tape.
20 hours of guys with their Johnsons hanging out.
Can you get it released for me or what?
One of the armored car company's guards was killed in the attempted robbery. They're putting up 25 grand for info.
Whew.
That should get you back into gay porn real quick.
Okay, all right. I will address that comment later. But on this thing, you told me on the phone that the robbers used a shotgun, right?
Right.
We could go down at Davy Jones' Liquor Locker on Avenue A. Mutual friend of mine brings me over to the owner, a guy named Vinny. Vinny asked me if I can get him a shotgun to rent. So I told him, I'd see what I could do.
Did you?
Well, yeah, I got back to Vinny a couple of days later, but he said he had already taken care of everything. That's all I got.
We'll look into it.
Don't let this thing get back to me.
Wait till you hear from us.
Okay.
Female DOA in the garbage hole, wrapped up in a garbage bag. Helper saw her legs sticking out when they emptied the dumpster.
Any ID?
I didn't quite make my way into the hole yet.
That's why God made ESU.
They got a situation uptown. They said they'll send a unit from the Bronx.
So you waited for us?
I didn't want to disturb the scene.
We'll poke around till they get here. Hold our camera?
Sure.
It's fragrant. Oh. Never smelled a garbage truck that wasn't.
Let's see what we got.
White female, 25 to 40. Blood on clothes, jewelry is still on. Maybe a gunshot under here. Looks like 3 in the chest. What a way to end up.
Sorry. The guy's gonna love this.
Listen, I'm going to be putting in for some vacation time. I'll be gone for a week, coming up in a month or so.
Yeah, where are you going?
I'm going to take Theo to Disney World.
Oh, he's gonna love that.
Yeah. Well, since he's been spending a lot of time with Connie, he wants her to go too.
Is she going?
I don't know, maybe.
That's, it's kind of a development.
Well, her and Theo are tight, you know.
All right, now I've been laying back minding my own business. What's going on with you and Connie?
Nothing. We just hang out, the three of us.
Come on.
Nothing. I'm telling you.
What do you want to have happen?
I go back and forth on it.
What's holding you back?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the 20 years between us, me being a mutt and hearing other guys making comments about her and wanting to kick them in their teeth.
You're putting a lot of energy into this. but it's energy spent trying to swim upstream. Maybe you do yourself a favor and you go with it. The main things that you're worried about, it doesn't look like Connie gives a damn about that.
Look at this.
Oh, this son of a bitch. Is he playing both sides?
He's sure trying.
Oh, this son of a bitch.
No, let him go. You can't forget, this guy's just a rattlesnake when you come right down to it.
Craig, until I see physical evidence of you landing a 19-pound pike, my record stands. All right, you pain in the ass. I gotta go. Yeah, gotta go. Bye. Greg Simon, lieutenant over at the 3-4, just got back from the Catskills. What do you got?
Fingerprint hit on our DOA, found at the garbage truck. Mary Jane Canavan. ME says 3 in the chest with a 38.
Copy page 7, fax it over to Lieutenant Simon and 3-4 squad. Why do we got this lady's prints? She a skell?
She's bonded. Works at Manhattan Trust Bank. Turns out, after she left work on Friday, her till came up 40 grand short. FBI's got an investigation going, but they're keeping some distance, hoping she'd turn up with the dough.
Ooh, you're very tight in there.
You know, actually, I'm okay.
We'll do this. Turn around. I'll crack your back.
DOA's husband's coming in. I should go prepare.
But don't be so tense, McDowell. Fastest way to an early grave.
I'll remember that.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
What the hell kind of game you running here, Julian?
Game? What are you talking about?
Why'd you stop by the bar just now?
To talk to Vinny to see what kind of info I can get for us.
No, we don't need you running around playing sheriff.
Oh, yes? You got no interest in Vinny being all freaked out? Huh? Looking for a doctor to treat somebody at their house? For cash? No questions? Huh? You said that one of the robbers got shot, right? Well, that's probably the same guy that Vinny's trying to get a doctor for.
Did you give Vinny a name?
Yeah, I know someone who does doctor work.
Unit 1 to Unit 2.
Go ahead.
Suspects leaving the bar. We're tailing them.
If you're lying to us about any of this, Julian...
I swear to God! You're welcome.
We're looking for a guy with probable facial wounds. He may have been involved in that attempted armored car heist this morning.
This his house?
We don't know. We followed another suspect here, Vinny Frioli.
We'll get everybody out first, then search the place.
Everything's a big production with these guys. What happened to just going through the door?
You called us, now let us do our job. It's the New York City Police Department addressing the occupants of number 8000. You want to exit through the front door with your hands above your heads in plain sight.
Be advised, we have a white male peeping out the front window.
This is your final warning. All occupants of number 8000, exit the dwelling immediately. Rear team, make entry.
Copy that. Going in.
Our last guy, that's Vinny. We'll take him. Take it easy, Vinny. We're gonna take a ride.
4 generations they just humiliated.
Your injured suspect's not inside.
Yeah. And we stand some shot at getting Vinny to cooperate now. Unbelievable.
Have a seat.
I told the FBI I haven't got a clue where Marianne is, and I really need to get back home.
What's the rush, Mr. Canavan?
I am in the middle of my ethics booklet. I need to complete it for my CPA license.
And that's more important than finding your wife?
I don't know where she is.
When's the last time you saw her?
Friday morning.
When did the FBI come see you about her?
Yesterday.
So she was gone all weekend and no missing persons report?
Well, she's been a little flighty lately.
How so?
Lots of girls' nights out, trips to the Hamptons that I'm asked not to attend.
Who does she go with?
Her new best buddy, Victoria Golden.
Was she supposed to be with Victoria this weekend?
I assume. We had a fight on Thursday. I haven't talked to her since.
Well, where are we going to find Victoria?
Look in the dictionary under meddling whore.
Why don't you tell us a little more about your wife and Miss Golden?
Victoria was a stylist in my wife's hair salon who convinced my wife she was morbidly obese, which she is not. And that if she lost the weight, she'd have more fun in life.
And your wife took the advice?
Over the last 9 months, she lost 80 pounds. And Victoria started inviting her out nights.
Did your wife ever mention anything about a plan to steal money?
Never. I already told the FBI all of this.
Do you own a gun?
Of course not. Why would you ask that?
Mr. Canavan, I'm afraid we've got some bad news.
I really should get back to my booklet.
Tell us first if you recognize the woman in this photograph. But, prepare yourself.
Empty your pockets.
Where were you this morning, Vinny?
You should have just knocked on the door. I would have walked out.
The way it went down was for your safety.
Yeah, with my grandkids walking out with their hands over their heads terrified?
Think how they would have felt if we come in with guns drawn. Remember that little Cuban kid they had holed up in Miami? The look on his face when the cops yanked him out of that closet? This way was better.
You should have just knocked on my door like men.
Look, the important thing, Vinny, is why we were there. And the fact that you haven't played dumb and asked us why we had you walk out of the house, at least we're on the same page with that.
We ain't on the same page on nothing.
The armored car heist this morning, Vinny.
Wrong guy.
Is that your move? Sticking your head in the sand?
We saw that you filed for bankruptcy 2 months ago and there's a lien on your bar. These are all factors we could take into consideration.
Who's been saying I was involved in some heist?
And when the getaway car got dumped 5 blocks from the crime, we got people who saw that Chinese fire drill.
All sorts of people are starting to talk. And so you might want your voice heard now, too.
You should have knocked on my door.
Vinny, here we are.
Yeah, I know where I am, and I ain't talking to you guys. So, get me a lawyer.
Sit down, Victoria. When's the last time you saw Marianne Canavan?
Last week. I'm worried sick.
Were the two of you supposed to spend the weekend together?
No. Her husband said different. He thought you probably had plans. Oh, I'm sure he told you a lot of wrong things about me.
Why don't you head him off at the pass?
He probably said I know about her stealing that money from the bank. Why would he say that? Because he'd like to get me in trouble. He thinks I broke up his marriage, but all I did was get her to come out of her shell.
Losing the weight, taking her out dancing.
Making her into a human being. He could have come too. He wanted to say a schlub. Any other guys in the mix? What'd he say about that? He give a name? You tell us? No, I don't know about any guy.
So you went out 2 or 3 times a week, sometimes full weekends, all dolled up. And there were no guys mixing it.
No. Victoria, we've got some bad news. Marianne was found this morning. She'd been murdered. Oh, my God. So if there was a guy, and you've been trying to protect her honor by holding back who he is, now all you're doing is keeping us from finding who killed her.
She never mentioned a name. Just that there was this guy from her work and he was cute.
She was sleeping with him?
Could have been.
Was it him she was going out with sometimes, maybe using you for a cover?
Yeah, maybe sometimes.
But she never mentioned his name?
No. Hey, can I go? I'm not feeling well.
If you suddenly remember anything else about Marianne that you think might help us.
Okay, but I'm like sick to my stomach right now.
Stay reachable.
I'm here. What do you want? Your guy, Fraker, is a vengeful prick.
What am I doing here?
Rodriguez reported on a group of dirty cops that he got wind of on an overheard. It had nothing to do with Fraker specifically.
So what?
So Rodriguez isn't the rat that you made him out to be.
I was just telling you what I heard.
From Fraker.
You know, I got work to do.
What's going to get Fraker off Rodriguez's ass?
I don't know, Sipowicz. Ask him.
There's got to be something in his past, something he's doing now.
And if there was, why would I reveal it to you?
So a good boss who's running a clean squad is something you just toss out like trash?
And I should do this for you. Why?
For a clear conscience. Or whatever else it is you got in your mind right now.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
What do you need?
I got a nephew in uniform who's looking to get into narcotics, but he's only got 3 years. Me pulling a contract puts an IAB stink on him.
I know a deputy commissioner, the one who gave me first grade. I'll make the contract for him.
Fraker's not perfect.
When the DOA's till came up light 40 grand on Friday, I went through the original 61s, and one of the tellers remembered that our DOA, when she left for the day, got in the car driven by a brunette female.
Brunette female like Victoria Golden, who we just interviewed and kicked?
Right.
You got Victoria's address?
Yeah.
Tell the boss. Forget it.
This Vinny's dug in. He wants a lawyer.
That doesn't give us a whole hell of a lot.
No.
Hey, we got that doctor's name that Julian hooked Vinny up with?
No.
I went through Vinny's wallet. There weren't any numbers.
We need to get that doctor's name from Julian.
Everything all right?
Yeah.
Need me for anything?
Nope.
We locate the doctor out of the blue now. It's not going to be too hard for people to figure out Julian's the one talking.
Hey, I don't want to do it either. Believe me, there's guys who have made a career in the detective bureau with one good informant.
And we got a DOA.
Yeah, but are we putting a bullseye on Julian?
We'll do our best to protect them.
Get him in.
I gotta take care of something. I'll be back in a bit.
Need help?
I got it.
When Miss Golden walked in, was she alone or was someone with her?
Alone, I think.
Anyone come in who didn't fit?
Not that I saw.
We knocked before the radio was blaring. How long's it been like that?
I don't know.
Look, if there's a problem, they call. If not, I'm out.
I'll knock the door and step aside. Stay here.
Nothing. Caliber looked the same as Marianne?
Yeah. I think maybe she lied to us about knowing the guy.
Captain Fraker, Andy Sipowicz, 15 Squad. I'd like to talk to you about Lieutenant Rodriguez.
I'm due at the borough.
Captain, don't you think you're going a little too far with this?
He didn't report a bribe attempt. That happens to be wrong.
It's not as bad as riding shotgun for dope dealers.
I know what you're talking about.
He only reported that cops were involved, not you individually. You got no beef against them.
As far as I know, the city hasn't run dry of criminals. So why don't you get back to your command?
How's your new detective working out, Captain? Candace Pearson? Word is she's blooming under your tutelage. Must be all that hands-on attention. I'm just saying it's inspirational, you taking a new detective all the way to Atlantic City for some one-on-one training. A friend of mine spotted you.
Well, it's too bad he passed it on, because it just got you a world of trouble.
Your wife and kids know about Detective Pearson?
You stay the hell away from my family.
Back off Rodriguez. Then you and your detective friend can romp around all you like, while Mom and the kids sit at home ignorant and proud of Daddy. You're due at the borough.
Yeah, good news about your video equipment down in New Orleans. It's on its way back.
How about the videotapes?
If all the guys pulling their peckers out, you're on your own with that.
Okay, that's fair enough.
So we'll get that to you as soon as it comes in. And, oh yeah,
We're gonna need the name of the doctor that you set Vinny up with.
Why?
Because we need it.
No. No way. No. I got a little thermometer in my head that tells me when to back off things, and no, I'm not giving you his name.
Why not?
Why not? Why don't you think? That could come back to me, okay? That could put me in danger. Why not?
Julian, this is for surveillance on the guy. He will not be approached. Your name will not come up.
Yeah, we don't need to. Vinny's in custody. He's talking.
Oh, good. Then go ask him.
He's talking only about his own involvement. You know, he's not naming names, and we need names for this case to stick.
No!
25 grand you're walking away from, Julian.
Well, I gave you Vinny.
And you're gonna give us the doctor, or the 25 grand is off the table.
Wow. Was I under the wrong impression with concerns to you guys?
Don't turn this into some opera, Julian.
Our boss has told us to get the doctor's name, all right? Your name will stay out of it because you've been good to us and we need you. Now and in the future.
I give you that guy's name, you're gonna run right down there.
No, we're not. Some surveillance, maybe.
I want $2 grand cash from Crime Stoppers at the end of the day, regardless.
You got it.
Zamir Shola, Pakistani. He's a doctor over there. He works at a dry cleaners here.
Which dry cleaners?
Golden Glow on 3rd Avenue.
How's the case go?
We ran Victoria Golden's cell phone and found a bunch of calls to one number, a guy named Juan Barranquilla.
Yeah? You got a sheet?
A few drug callers. We're gonna see if he's home.
You work out?
A little.
Do weights?
A little.
It shows. Good tone.
Look, would you mind not touching me so much?
Just being friendly.
It makes me uncomfortable.
You setting me up for some kind of beef?
I'd just rather you didn't touch me.
Because you got no beef. You try to pursue one, just know I got a lot of friends on this job.
And you should know, if you touch me again, I'll punch you in the face.
Good then. Go do what you gotta do.
What's that all about?
Nothing. We gotta go grab a suspect.
Have a seat.
You perform medical services, Mr. Shola?
I give advice to friends. I'm not licensed here, so only advice.
Well, we want you to know up front that we're not looking to make trouble if you did treat someone today. We could care less.
But if we find out later that you lied to us?
Of course.
Did you treat someone today?
Yes.
For what?
He was shot in the face. Very bad. But he has no insurance, so I do the best I can for him.
Where'd you treat him?
His apartment.
Where?
I do not know. I get a call from a man. He says he's coming to pick me up. He drives. We talk the whole time. I do not see where we're going. I'm sorry.
You were a doctor in Pakistan?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna call you doctor then, because you earned it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's called showing someone respect. And now you're gonna do the same for me. Or that part about us not making trouble for you, that's gonna go away real quick.
I did not tell you before because I respect my patient's wish to not be rude.
Where did you treat the guy?
Corner of Broom and Elizabeth, red building, second floor apartment, 3B.
And who was there?
Man who was shot in the face. They called him Mikey. And Mikey's wife, Paula, she's crying the whole time. I wish I never got involved in this.
The guy who drove you there, his name's Vinny.
Yes, I know.
He's the one who told us where to find you.
Asshole. Not you.
Please, open up. Can you hold on? No, open the door, it gets kicked in.
What do you need?
Where's your husband, Mikey?
He's not here. What's with the guns?
Step aside. Show me your hands, Mikey. Show me your hands!
Your husband's gonna bleed to death right here unless you help him.
Yes, please help him.
We've already got Vinny in custody. Who else was involved today besides Vinny and your husband?
I don't know.
Who was the third guy, Paula?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You keep wasting time like this, or your husband is gonna die.
Please.
Give us a name. Help your husband.
Anthony Solario.
I'll call for a bus.
So, I reviewed the tapes, and even though there was a blatant infraction, I decided it's not worth my time to pursue.
What does that mean?
You dodged a bullet.
Did I?
Yeah. But you're under notice that I'm keeping an eye on you, and you better start keeping a clean squad, Tony. That's it, you dismissed.
I did not rat you out. I never ratted anybody out.
Well, somehow I ended up here.
I passed on general information, and you were doing something dirty.
I never knew those guys were moving dope.
Well, maybe you should have asked around.
My partner got me the gig. He told me not to worry about it. Why didn't you give me a chance to explain myself back then? Or at least give me some warning?
There were no faces on anyone. It was just an overheard.
Then maybe you should have asked around. I was practically a rookie. How was I supposed to know better?
Well, somehow guys figure it out.
I was a decent, honest cop, and you mowed me down. Out of the blue, I'm forced to turn on my partner and his friends, guys with 25 years on the job.
Forced, meaning they had a gun to your head?
Yeah, I guess having an answer for everything is what gets you to sleep at night. But deep down, you know you're a worse rat than I'll ever be, because you do it in secret, and you got no conscience.
Whether or not you knew you were dirty, you got dealt a hand I wouldn't wish on anyone. But what you are now, bitter, petty, vengeful, that's on you. So you call me a rat if that's what gets you to sleep at night, but my conscience is clear.
You're dismissed, Lieutenant.
You know Victoria Golden, Juan?
Yeah, seen her at the Conga Room, this bar I hang at.
What about her friend, Marianne Canavan? You seen her there, too?
Yeah, I taught him to salsa.
When's the last time you talked to either of them?
They come in on Saturdays, so then I guess.
Not today, maybe? On the phone?
Answer a question and you ask me something else. That gives off a nasty vibe.
Well, Victoria's cell phone record showed 5 calls to your apartment today. That explain the vibe?
Calls to my apartment?
Where were you around 2 this afternoon?
I DJ and I got a party coming up, so I was mixing some fresh stuff. You know, I had my headphones on, so she could have called and I didn't hear it.
Well, explain the witness who saw you leaving Victoria's apartment around 2.
Witness got the wrong guy.
A lineup will sink you on. You want to wait for that or get in front of this now?
Get in front of what? What did I do?
You killed Victoria, for one thing.
She's dead?
And walking out, you left a bloody shoe print in her apartment. We'll match it with shoes in your place or what you got on, then that's it.
I didn't kill him. Jose did. He's lost his mind.
Jose.
Carrera. He was nailing Marianne. It was him that got her to rip off the bank.
So he killed her for the money?
He come across this deal to cop some blow and turn it around real quick. So he convinced her that if she took the 40 grand, that he could triple it overnight and she could have it back in the bank by Monday morning. Only we got ripped off for the 40 grand.
She threatened to turn him in?
Jose hears her talking about going to the cops. So without even thinking, he draws down on her.
So how's Victoria fit in?
She's with me. We were all in on this coke deal. Now she's calling me freaked out too. Jose wants to go to her apartment, make sure that she's staying cool. She comes walking up the steps. Jose's like, where you been? Victoria tells him, you cops had her come in. But she didn't give you guys anything. And
Jose didn't believe her.
Nah, I told you, he's lost his mind.
Where are we gonna find Jose?
My nightmares from now on.
How about here on Earth?
So, take it from when I got up?
Yeah, that's what I said, Anthony.
I got up, worked in my roof garden.
What else?
Ate some food. Hot out.
Sure.
We got people who saw you dropping off your buddy Mikey at his apartment. Apparently, Mikey was shot in the face.
Okay, all right, I helped him out. Because he was in bad shape. Doesn't mean I was involved in no robbery or nothing.
What robbery? We didn't mention a robbery.
I overheard somebody mention a robbery, so I didn't ask any questions. I didn't want to get involved.
Who's the someone?
This guy, I don't know.
How long you known Mikey?
Long time.
You know a Vinny Prioli?
Maybe a little.
Either you do or you don't.
I don't.
You remember musical chairs, Anthony? Because that's what we got here. Got a dead security guard and the three of you. Vinny and Mikey are in custody, too. And we got one chair available to the guy who talks first. He gets the deal, he gets the breaks, he gets to go home sooner.
The other two get screwed.
Now, we're gonna ask you this just once. Do you want the deal? Because if not, we're offering it to Vinny and then Mikey.
This deal might save you having to go to jail at all.
I want the deal. I want the deal.
All right. Who fired the shotgun?
Vinny.
Did you have an inside guy with the armored car service?
No. Mikey used to work for one. It was his idea.
This your guys' retirement plan?
No, we all got the same bookie. And when the Rams didn't cover in the Super Bowl, we're down the kind of money you can't pay off week to week. Bookie's connected. There's either this or the brick of legs. And we're family guys caught in a tough spot. We're not career criminals or nothing.
Clearly.
I'll get Julian in here to get his money.
Lieutenant.
John, how's it going? Lou, you're back.
The matter was dropped.
Just like that?
I didn't ask a lot of questions. I'm gonna catch up in my office. It's good to be back.
Glad to have you back.
Are you hip to this?
No.
You don't like women much, do you, Jose?
No hablo inglés.
I mean, we're good for sex, but when it comes to keeping it together when a plan goes sour, we just go to pieces. Am I right?
No hablo inglés.
So maybe in spite of what Juan says, you're not really a flipped-out lunatic. You just don't like it when chicks start to wail.
Especially when what they're wailing about could send you to prison for 20 years.
If that's the story, he'll say lay it out.
Well, let me go with Juan's side of it. You're a psycho who turned a naive girl into a bank robber, then killed her and her friend when they tried to back out.
That'll play, too.
A trigger-happy lunatic. Like the sound of that? That's the way it'll go down, then.
Don't you touch me!
It's a miracle.
I want a lawyer.
Can't face up to what you did.
Lawyer.
Maricon.
Lawyer now.
We'll get you a lawyer when we get to it.
$2,000 is promised.
Check from the armored car company. That'll be here by the end of the week.
And that doctor that I gave you, you don't approach him.
Case is wrapped, Julian. We're done. Come on. What?
You lie right to my face.
About what?
That doctor called me an hour ago screaming at me for getting him involved. You lie right to my face.
No, we said Vinny gave him up. Your name was never mentioned.
Yeah, and if Vinny and the doctor have a conversation one day and they share stories...
When the doctor goes visits Vinny in jail, don't worry about it.
I worry about getting whacked. That's something I worry about.
Nothing's gonna happen.
I'll be back to get my check. After that, lose my number.
One, two, three, four. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There you go, John.
Right. Quicker. 1, 2 on the right. 1, 2 on the right. Quicker. Quicker.
All right, come on. Can't believe I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Hey, I figured you guys might get hungry.
That's not part of the diet plan, Rita.
You can leave it, though. It'll get eaten.
Oh, let him have a slice. Come on.
Maybe later, if he earns it.
I thought these guys were your friends.
I was fooled completely.
Oh, well, you treat him right or you're gonna have to deal with me.
He'll live, don't worry.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for bringing that by.
No problem.
It's nice of her.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the right. Come on, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 on the right. There you go.
So I have coffee with you in the morning. By the afternoon, I'm back at my desk. Some coincidence.
Guess so.
Did you get me out of this jackpot?
It's not a jackpot unless you do something wrong.
I never had a problem doing people favors, but people doing them for me, I don't ask for that.
You didn't.
So this morning was just to satisfy your curiosity. You didn't make any calls or go see anyone?
Lieutenant, you're back where you're supposed to be. Don't go poking him with a stick.
I appreciate it. Truly.